Alright, so...
I'm ready when you are.
Alright, I'll tell you when to start timing.
Yeah, cause I remember Zim being disappointed when he didn't get it.
Now. Alright, this game, you might notice, is a lot different from the other games I run. Because a lot of the games I run are 2D, they're Japanese developed, and, you know, they're very action-oriented, like a beat 'em up. And this game is Western developed, it's a platformer, and it's 3D. There's two reasons why I ran this game. One is that it's a lot different from what I run, so I wanted to challenge myself a bit. And the other is that I just really like this game. So what's funny about the current single segment SDA is that it says there's almost no shortcuts in this game, and I just did a shortcut within the first 10 seconds of gameplay. There's a lot of shortcuts in this game. This game has changed a lot since the current SDA run. And
your attempts have knocked like a half hour off that time almost.
Yeah, my best time is 1:40.29, and I want to take it below 1:40 if I can. The current SDA run is something like 2:06.30 something. And to be honest, all of the shortcuts and round improvements and stuff have not come from me. They've come from three other people. Satvara is probably the biggest one. He found some of the biggest tricks, like some of the checkpoint tricks, like the mess hall skip. I don't know if I'll be able to get that this run because it's 50-50 whether I even get a chance to do it. Second sword early, dagger time early. So a lot of the big tricks. UC Pro has found a lot of shortcuts because he's done a segmented run of this game, which is under an hour and a half. It's a really good run. It's not on SDA yet, but it will be on in probably a couple of months. And Reaver is another guy who's done a lot of work in this game. His stuff is more segmented work because it features a lot of rewind tricks and other really hard to do shortcuts. But there's been a lot of advances since 2005 in this game, and it's just there's just a lot of shortcuts to this game.
Has the run changed much since you ran it at SGDQ?
Not a whole lot. There's lots of little round improvements here and there. If I'm successful, you might see a rewind trick, maybe. I don't want to make it promises.
There's the one with the bucket.
DVD recorder?
What?
Did you mean?
Oh, yeah. The DVD recorder should be started. So you can just hit the remote, or yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to start it.
That's alright. We're only missed a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to like a whole marathon or something.
Like, here's one incredibly minor improvement. You can just wall run up there, and that saves like half a second. One of the biggest tricks in the game is coming up very soon. It's called Dagger of Time Early. What you do is that you do a really precise wall jump to get the Dagger of Time backwards. It's very difficult to do, but even if I have to retry it multiple times, it still saves time because it saves something like 1 minute and 15 minutes if you get it in your first try. I don't think I'm gonna get it on my first try, but let's check. Let's just see.
So you're still going the normal direction so far, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty obvious when I mean, it's right here.
You're right, that was pretty obvious.
This trick. Oh wow, this TV's really dark. I don't know if I can line it up properly. I didn't make it.
So normally you go down and around?
Yeah. Yeah, normally... I don't have to make it. Yeah, this TV's super dark. Like, I'm actually having a lot of trouble properly aligning this.
Do you want to pause it for a second and see if we can up the brightness?
That might be helpful, because I can't really line this up at all, but...
LG. Actually, is there?
No, that's unfortunate.
Well, there's the settings on the TV, the buttons.
Are there any other tricks you have to line up?
I don't know what that's for.
This one's the darkest one. Like, this one, it's like actual shadows and stuff.
Yeah, I see them. I could bring up a menu for you on the TV, but that's the best I could do. Hopefully there'd be something in there.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there would be.
I think this will make it. Oh my
Oh!
god. Wow, this is really bad. I usually
If-
do it within 3 or 4
If you
tries.
get a cutscene, will I be able to adjust
It
that?
won't even matter at that point, because this is the
Yeah.
only trick that really
Oh.
relies on this, and I can't see. Yeah, that was too far to the right. The thing is, usually you can see this line, and I can't see it because it's so dark.
Well, just let me know if you want me to.
I might have to take this.
Turn the
Maybe
turn the
just-
overhead lights off.
Give it a couple more tries.
Yeah,
Just
I
go
could.
the-
I could go the normal way. The problem is I completely forget how to
I
go
don't
the
even know
normal
what
way.
switches are for the light.
It's been
Yeah,
that long.
move one up.
So it's only like a minute
that
or
help at
something,
all?
right?
Fine.
Apparently it does.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yes, that works.
It's not necessarily a guaranteed success right now. Okay, got it. Yeah. That was really bad, but whatever.
Well, even that probably broke even. With,
That probably did break even with doing it normally.
yeah.
But yeah, the reason why everything collapses is because you're not supposed to hit it until you escape after this cutscene. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another area where the brightness really matters, and I think that's actually the only one. I could be wrong though, but we'll see.
Well, a lot of other tricks, don't just say a minute, but like a lot of minutes, right?
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Like, second sword early is something like in the order of 6 minutes. Oh, let's play marathon safe. You can take damage through there and boost yourself a bit, but only saves like a second or two at most. And here comes the most exciting part of the game, which is the combat.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, it's so good, and it's not random at all. Okay, but actually, this one isn't too bad because all of these enemies can be defeated by flipovers, by flipping over them and then drawing sand from them. And yeah, that's all you do in this battle. In later battles, you'll have to rely on this move where you bounce off the wall into a torpedo, and then it becomes a lot more random and luck-based.
But ultimately, yeah, it's hard to target with that.
Well, that's the thing. You don't even target it. The game auto-targets for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does
The
very
weaknesses
interesting
of the
things.
combat system don't
Yeah.
really shine brightly until you have to rescue Farah, and then she
Yeah.
just gets like randomly whatever. But she's didn't loop before, right? Where she just gets caught on a load over and over again.
Yeah, it's yeah, one thing about running this game is that even though it has a lot of tricks and shortcuts and stuff, it's also very unstable, so that's why I'm going to save a lot. Because this game does have known freezing problems, and you can occasionally get into this thing called a game over loop, where you just get stuck in a checkpoint, and you get into a game over, and then you just get reset to the checkpoint repeatedly over and over and over again. Yeah, it's they're pretty rare, so I don't think it'll happen, but who knows? That's why we save this.
We've seen it happen in the stream enough.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
exactly. So yeah, the combat is definitely the weakest aspect of this game. It's still a very good game, but you know, every game has its weakness. And one of the reasons why I really don't like the sequel is that it shoves combat down your throat every 2 seconds. And people say the combat's better in that game, but they just give you 50 more moves, and like 48 of them are useless.
That's part of the reason I liked the 360 version quite a bit, was because it was all the parkour style.
Je le vois bien avant ton
jumping
regard.
stuff, none of the
Vous
fighting.
dites que mon récit est invraisemblable.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one
Yeah.
just called Prince of Persia? Or?
Yeah, the one that's just called Prince of Persia.
They're very good, but they never took
Alright, so something kind of interesting here. The reason why I'm playing the GameCube version is that there's some shortcuts that you can't do in the other console versions, and one of them is dropping down here. Like if you do the PS2 version, your legs hit this pole and you just die from fall damage.
Oh.
And I don't know why that happens. Like there's just a lot of really weird quirks between the versions, so that's why I ran the game.
They did have.
Was it also the GameCube version you ran in SGDQ?
Yes, it
Yes.
was.
But I never played it.
It was supposed to be like a
Do
lead.
you think there would be tricks on the PlayStation 2
Oh, wow, this is
version that you
actually
couldn't
super
do on this?
We might actually want to change the brightness
Une
during
essence
one
maladie
cutscene.
trompée, traumatisée par tant d'horreur,
Is it too
en me
dark?
faisant apercevoir du spectre.
Yeah, but it's not going to make a big
Quoi
difference
qu'il en
right
soit,
now.
je savais
It's,
que je ne trouverais pas
just,
trop
there's
pour
going to be a
avoir
long minute-long cutscene, like about 10 or so minutes later, and then we can try changing the brightness then. Yeah,
See if we can speed run that.
yeah, this is dark.
Yeah, I couldn't see that.
Saw something. Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, so the shortcut that's going to come up pretty soon after this is called the torpedo drop. It only has 2 uses. I'm only going to use it once in this run because the other use saves like maybe 5 seconds and takes a while to line up. And it isn't marathon safe, but this use right here saves a lot of time, like minutes over normally going through this area. And when I kill myself, I'm going to kill myself after the torpedo drop, because, or else the next area won't load. That's a common problem with speedrunning this game, is that you have to figure out the loading points, or else the next area won't load. And sometimes the easiest way to do that is just to kill yourself off. And Farah, when she's in combat, will make the stream not so PG rated, but
She's scared.
Allez dans le hall de réception et attendez-moi. Allez.
Oh, he's serious now.
Say that was a dramatic face right there.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, the torpedo drop is right here. If you go around this area normally, you encounter like you encounter another cutscene by going outside, and then you do a lot of platforming. But with the torpedo drop, you just drop way lower than you're supposed to. It works because there's this tiny ledge on the doorway that you just barely can roll off of right there, and that's why you don't die from fall damage. Yeah, that saves minutes.
So the ledge is high enough that.
Yeah, the ledge is high enough so that you don't die from it. When you fall down, you'll either take no damage, a small bit of damage, or you do go through a roll animation, or you just instantly die. There's like no in between.
Yeah, and you died there to make sure the next area was loading?
Yeah, if I didn't die, then this area that I'm in right now just would be a dark void, and I would just swim through for about 30 seconds, and then I get a game over.
And where does it respawn you on that game over?
I think it would respawn me where I died. Oh, that was really good actually. So that was a cutscene skip. I'm not just randomly fooling around there. That skips a 10-second or so cutscene. You can't skip a lot of the cutscenes in this game.
Little friend.
Yeah, the Palace Guard. I know Zach SK.
So much weaker in this language.
No, he gets even more ridiculous in this language. But this is the weakest puzzle in the game because there's like almost no platforming. Because one of the strengths of this game is that there's lots of different types of movement, and even when you're going through normally, like you just look very graceful. But
This is just a bunch of switch pulling.
yeah, exactly. This is just a bunch of lever pulling.
Yeah, I guess he's pretty good.
And I know that Zach SK wanted this to be in English so I could recite the cutscene, and I can recite at least half the dialogue from this cutscene.
It's seared into his memory.
It really is.
It's that good.
Exactly. It's that good.
It's a tricky.
Well, I mean, he considers Red Zone good.
I never said that Red Zone was good. I could have just beaten it.
Well, you keep playing it like
Setting a bad precedent there.
for any dedication after playing hard mode.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
Subterranea has one word to describe it: awfulsome. Yeah,
I mean, it's not 2 words. Oh no.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, this. If you have any donation comments read off, now is the perfect time.
Enjoying the process.
I might be able to check the brightness while you're doing this if I don't get in the way too much.
Don't do it now. As lame as this puzzle is, I still need to concentrate minimally. There will be a cutscene later on that will give you a way to adjust brightness settings, and that'll be the perfect time.
Ooh. He's gonna get really excited in just 1 second.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure excited is the right word.
See, I told you. And this guy is even more ridiculous in French.
I like him.
He's enthusiastic. I'll give him that. I think I'll turn it there.
Ça y est, je savais que je pouvais compter sur vous.
Okay, well, floating down if you're watching this, sorry, but the best part of the game is about to be over for you.
Actionnez votre levier et j'actionnerai le mien.
Quelle sorte de machine est-ce là?
So that part went pretty smoothly. Alright, so just a bit of serious time.
What's happening? Everything he deserves.
That sums it up well.
Alright. So we've drawn the moon book plushie. So winner is.
Erini Stigka.
Ouais.
So the proud owner of the moon book plushie.
Congratulations, Irini.
Sorry if I butchered that, it looks very foreign.
Mais il était difficile de ne pas me dire que j'avais commis une terrible erreur en actionnant un tel système de piège.
Yeah, it's just a little shortcut that lets you skip this on. Like, this game has a ton of shortcuts.
We are at $10,728 total donations.
Very nice.
Oh wow.
Closing in on 1,100.
You're at 11,000. 11,000.
Or 11,000.
Yeah, that's 1,100 in a couple hours.
Yeah.
We're also closing in on sleep deprivation in case you have noticed.
Hey, I took a nap.
Yeah, I took a nap too. I'm actually.
Now there is actually a palm tree shortcut here on that left palm tree in that little cutscene right there, the one like I'm currently focused on. But it's really hard to do, and if I screw up just once, I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose time in that shortcut. Rolling has kind of limited uses, but you want to use it to go uphill because you run slower uphill. You also want to use it to go through cutscenes, so you're boosted a little farther forward in cutscenes, and you want to use it to go under those rotating blades. If it's not too far out of the way, you want to do wall runs like that because it's a little faster than just normally running.
Yeah, this game has such a lot of different movements that it's hard for someone who's never seen this before to probably tell what's a shortcut and what's not sometimes.
Okay, got that. Austin quick got hit there, so I'm doing better already, even though I did worse on the dagger time early.
And you can play that on the TV.
Yeah, I can really get
Yeah. Whatever, you'll get a 139.
139. That's wishful thinking, but thank you.
Just don't save. Just go
don't
for
save.
it.
Just go for it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure one of the battles in the future you'll need to drink water. I remember the first time I played this game, I always died trying to drink water in the battle because I didn't know you could just hold the trigger down to continue drinking. And so I would like press it once to drink, and then I'd have to wait for the animation to stop, and then I'd have to start it again.
Oh,
yeah.
oops.
Yeah. Yeah. Water recovers your health in this game. The problem with battles in this game, especially when you speedrun it, a lot of it is just luck. So you can gain time from getting really lucky, and you can lose time from being really unlucky, and it won't necessarily be your fault. Yeah, it's a slight little shortcut there that lets you dodge that blade.
It's a lot of speedruns that are over an hour, though.
Yeah.
Well, there's
But this game, it only has 2 luck factors, but they're very big. It makes the game very random. And the 2 luck factors are enemies, like how they spawn, when they attack, etc., and Farah. And just what she does, period.
Unfortunately, Farah does not have the best AI in this.
No, she doesn't. She is great at hitting me when I try to make jumps, though.
The enemies always have better AI than the allies.
Like, what is she even looking at right now? Oh.
She's shooting.
Yeah, she's shooting.
Just
not me.
patiently.
She was shooting faster during the cutscene.
Oh, I couldn't block that. Wow.
She just didn't go to archery class.
Are you kidding me?
So.
Yeah, see, like, that's what I mean by luck factors. Like, there wasn't a whole lot I could do there, because he hit me while I was recovering. I still should be okay, though. I'll just have to get the water right after the cutscene. You don't have to be too wary of Farah's life unless she goes down to about where she's right now, actually. Are you kidding me? Wow, they are blocking me. Like,
This is a party.
yeah, this is a fight. See, that's the torpedo move, and it worked well enough there, but sometimes it will just not aim where you want it to aim.
You'll probably see plenty of that kind of.
Yeah, it happens at least once.
Have you ever fought anyone with a
Now, the
bow
thing-
at like 2 inches from your face before?
Now, the thing about Farah is that she does regenerate health if she's not getting hit. It takes a little while, though. Being pretty oh, wow, that's so bad.
Wow.
That's actually really terrible.
And this isn't one of the places where then you can move the camera away from her to...
No, you can't. Is that the last one? Okay, that's the last one. I'll be fine. And again, she has died from random heart attacks. But you have to hit this guy 9 times. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I'm not gonna say anything.
Block.
Oh, yeah, there's one time where he blocked me 5 times in a row. Alright, this is the start of the cutscene, so if you want to try to adjust the brightness on the TV, you should do it now.
You got it? Yeah, sure.
I kind of need to save my game beforehand. But...
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so you just exit right now.
Picture quality.
It's just right after the save. And
Okay,
then you'll have,
after the save.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't know the menu would, like, take up the entire screen.
Well, now we know.
Yes.
We.
You probably have a really bad time here, but who cares? There's
You're
so
at
much.
23 minutes.
That's really bad. I'm usually at about 21 minutes here. But it's mostly because of what happened. It's mostly because of this battle and what happened at the very beginning.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Picture quality. Basic picture controls should be it.
Yeah.
We've got
Black
contrast.
level, maybe?
Just say yes, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
Green, maybe?
this is too good.
Turn the contrast
Okay,
up.
black level.
Yeah, that's a little
Too high.
Too high. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah.
Right there.
Should we turn the contrast up?
Maybe contrast a little bit up. Yeah, that should be good.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever.
Just see, and you see, we're still only like halfway through the cutscene, maybe. Yeah. This game has a lot of unskippable cutscenes. Most of them are like 10 seconds or less, so they're not too bad. But this and 2 others are really long.
Well, you skipped quite a few as well.
Yeah, that's true, because of a lot of tricks that I do.
Alright, we got a minute. The Squall figurine is also drawn. It goes to Robert Barretts.
Oh, hey, that's Butters
Hey.
BB.
Yeah.
Butters.
Oh,
Bring a
nice.
Squall doll.
All those years put into speedrunning Superman 64 finally paid off.
Solve this maze.
Yeah, I remember when you did like a casual playthrough just to show off the game one day on your stream or something, and it was like 4 hours or something, like double the time it normally takes.
Yeah, I also got lost for 30 minutes in one area.
Yeah, whatever, it's still like an hour and a half longer, or 2 hours longer.
Oh, not so PG Farah. Alright, so that drop right there actually works because I flip around the pole. When you flip around the pole, for some reason, you drop at a slightly lower height than you normally do, and if you just dropped when you were completely stopped, you would actually die from that fall. That's actually how this trick works. It allows you to skip this entire battle, and since I triggered that lever when I game over from Farah's death, I end up here instead of at the beginning where that battle was. So that saves about a minute and a half. Small little shortcut there.
So if you were gonna do this run without any deliberate deaths, how much longer would it take, do you think?
There's that one. There's like one or two others. Mess Hall Skip actually involves Farah dying, so it'd probably be about 3 to 4 minutes longer.
Okay.
I mean, everyone just does the death shortcuts in this game because why not? It's a bit of a slow area right here. That's the fastest way to climb upstairs. The second, if there's no wall, you want to roll upstairs. In general, when it comes to even ground, you want to try to wall run if it's not too far out of the way, or you just want to do normal running if that's too far out of the way. And if you're going downhill, you just want to do normally run because you run faster downhill. Nice. So, are there any donation comments to read? Because it's actually a pretty slow area.
Right. That's good. Okay. So, first off, Aaron Haynes for $10. Thanks for another great marathon. This is my favorite Final Fantasy. I'm enjoying both the run and the snark directed at the game. Gamer's gonna eat, right?
Now, if you don't mind me interrupting you, Bubba is coming up soon, and we do have donations for 100% and the bonus levels to be played.
Also, Doom?
Yes, in Doom, the 4th episode.
And Ratchet & Clank still needs to be played.
Yeah, if you want to see what the possible donation incentives are, go to the homepage on Speed Demo's Archive, and there's a link to the donation tracker that will show you all
it's in the little info box at the top.
It'll show you all the possible incentives and what their current value is.
And right below that info box is also the link to the Yeti page where you can get the t-shirts right now. And $3 for every t-shirt bought goes to
Organization of Observation. And speaking of that, this is Summer Games Done Quick 2012 with Speed Demo's Archive, a fine spearing website with over 700 speedruns. And we are raising funds for, just as Romscat said, the Organization for Autism Research. Okay, sorry to interrupt you, but...
Okay, so speaking of $20 for Christopher Graziadio for BBB trinkets. So, there you go. Next up, Nick Hauser for $5. French. French for Prince of Persia. Miles Butler, $10. Always love the marathons, and they're always for a great cause. FF8 was the last FF I bought the playthrough to completion, so this is a follow through this one to the end.
Alright, that trick saves about a minute or so, and you do want Farah to die here or else she won't spawn in the right spot and you won't be able to progress to the next area correctly. Also, I skipped an enemy trigger here, and that's why there's no enemies around there. If you saw me going in the first person mode, yeah, sorry, there's just a lot of tricks to explain, and if you just jump over the enemy trigger, then just no enemy spawn here. It makes this area much more manageable. But, the only problem with what I did here is that there's supposed to actually be a ramp here, so I can't actually just make a straight jump here, or else I won't even grab this ledge. So I have to make this kind of weird jump there. I made it first try, so that's good. It's a very picky jump. I don't think I have too much more to say, although I'm probably lying.
We'll see what happens. Okay, other half of that comment. So really like the challenge aspect as well. This game is coming back to donate for more. So thanks everyone for the event, and good luck to everyone in their runs. I was going Miles Butler.
Yay.
Oh dear. So, my apologies, I'm going to ruin this. But I believe it's the Zone Hole. So, my apologies. Segmentation, trying to go for Squall. So, sorry, Butter's out. Thanks for donating. Okay. Daniel Quavisto.
Quavisto, that's Phosmosis.
Oh, he's going to
Oh, nice. Thanks, Gabe.
He's one of the slow in first place.
Oh, nice. I got great looking.
Here we go. So, ready for marathons. Let's do good sleep schedules. Keep up. Those work.
They good work?
It just says DOS, DOS.
Oh, hey.
Keep up DOS work.
Oh, hey. If you get good luck in that battle, then that last enemy that I kill won't spawn right next to Fair, but, you know, marathon luck.
Alright. Gabrielle Monroy. This 20 for the song that makes Noah like Squall. Only because he has a hard enough as it is. Sorry. I like Kaz more. And last we have Brian Lee Cook.
Ignore the first part, by the way.
I wonder who that is.
It was some dude.
I'll not know the first part. Also, put the $10 naming cells, or Celeste, however you want to say it, Athena.
Really now?
Well, yeah. She's gonna be the best Celis ever.
I suppose if you want to do it that way.
So
birds ever do to you?
I know. Well, the thing is, if you kill all 3 of those birds, you save a lot of time here, because then Farah will kill all of the birds, and you won't have to draw your sword. And the thing is, if you have your sword drawn, the sword sheathing animation actually takes about 5 seconds or so after you're done with the battle. But since if I do this correctly, Farah will kill all of the birds, and then I can just immediately move after she fires the arrow. Yep.
Let me know when a decent time to partially abstract your view.
You can do it now, actually.
Okay. So here are the 2 drawings that we have available. Is this a good spot?
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
So there's one of them. And the second one that's up for grabs during this run is this one. I believe, is it $10 donations?
I think these are 5.
They're 5.
So $5 or greater donation during this run puts you in the lottery for those.
Yep, and you can put that money towards a donation or a bid challenge, whatever you feel like, in addition to getting in for the prizes. But it has to be during
this game.
If you want these drawings, it has to be during this game.
They're very nice drawings, though.
Yeah.
They were drawn by the dude on our forums. Yeah, what's nice about this game is that if you make a mistake, you can just rewind it back and you don't lose too much time.
As long as you still have sand, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's this at? I think I have my covered here.
So yeah. Do you have more donations to read off?
Nope. I'm doing merge now.
Oh, okay. There's another kind of slow area. Yeah. See, I'm just doing a lot of minor shortcuts here. The problem with some of the shortcuts in this game is that they're not really obvious unless you play the game yourself. Like, it's sometimes hard to spot them.
Also, updating this.
Oh, yeah. I thought we had somebody off site who was doing that. I guess not.
I just updated it.
Probably SerVG can do it if you need him to do it.
Where's that router?
Alright, so I want to kill about 2 or 3 bugs here before I go up here, because the game won't spawn everything until you kill a couple of the bugs. And you want a couple of bugs to spawn so that Sarah can start shooting. The reason why I pull that block now is so that barrels immediately start going through.
Once you make the changes.
Once this battle is over. Well, yeah, there we go.
Well, it's changed, but I can't see.
Yeah, barrels do count as a wall.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
For the purposes of combat, but it's a bit picky sometimes. Yeah.
Well, unfair.
I don't think she'll screw up too badly now. Oh, there is a shortcut that does depend on her coming up in about 10 minutes or so that is really annoying to do.
Is that the mess hall?
Yeah, it's the mess hall.
Okay.
Like, it's a 50-50 chance to even be able to try it, because it's dependent on what Farah does.
And how much time is that one save?
About a minute and a half. Just wait a bit here. Alright, so these tiles right here are triggered by running, so you just want to walk over them real slowly. Normally you try to like wall run over them, because if you're just, even if you just start a wall run, you're not considered on the ground, and then the spikes will just whiff you, but since there's little pillars that jut out, you can't do a wall run there. Speaking of the current SDA run, if you were ever curious about a run without shortcuts, the current SDA run is pretty close to that. Wow, that was terrible.
Is that just because they hadn't been basically discovered when that run was made?
Yeah, they hadn't been discovered. Because, like I said, Seth Barra did a lot of work. He's the guy who discovered Dagger of Time early. He's just also discovered the trick that I'm going to do later. Oh wow, that's really bad. That's fine. Later in this run, called Second Sword early. That's fine. I was gonna get away from this bird. Wow, that was actually really close. I'm going to do a safety save here because there's actually a small chance that I could get in a game over loop here, so that's why I'm going to go out of my way to save. Unfortunately, like I said, this game can freeze it sometimes, which makes running this game really frustrating sometimes, because you might have a good run going and then the game will freeze on you. So what I'm first going to do is try something to have Farah follow me. It's just a little camera angle trick. It normally works, but it's not 100% guaranteed because, like I said before, it's kind of unfair. She is a big random factor in this game. But you need to have her follow you, or else the game will not feel like going in the next area, or she won't be able to hit the switch that she's supposed to hit, and whatnot. So what you do is that you just start rotating the camera once you get past this thing. You roll here so that you can rotate the camera and so it faces backwards. So you can see her running after you. And once she's running after you, you're good. You need her to get inside here, though. Alright, this is a trick that's kind of annoying to do. It's a wall run that you're not supposed to do, because you're basically doing it so that you wall run before the game detects you as waterlogged, because if you're detected as waterlogged, then you can't wall run. And hopefully I can do this trick. This really... Let's see if I can rewind and see if that guy doesn't spawn this thing right. It's a little better. Oh, I got that first try, though. That's really good. That wall run, as mundane as it looked, it saved 6 minutes. That's like one of the biggest shortcuts in the game, and it just looks so ordinary.
That's crazy.
If you look, I didn't give a good view of it, but there's actually a pool of water down there, and if you hit the button too late, you will wall run as waterlogged, so you won't be able to wall run up there. And if you hit it too early, then you do a horizontal wall run and you just run into the wall. But yeah, I got that first try, so I'm really happy with that.
Hello.
There's an even faster version that involves a rewind trick, and I'll show you a rewind trick possibly later in this run. Oh wow, that was super good luck. She followed me instantly. Farah has to follow you into this room. and she followed me instantly, so that's really good.
Either quick tip or SGDQ.
Yeah, I couldn't either yesterday. Or 2 days ago.
Marathons. Time is just marathon time.
Basically, yeah.
Maybe it would be better to refer to which game was playing at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think games were playing at the time. I think it was
okay, then yeah.
Wednesday when I got here. But I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't connect to the SDARC or the break time.
It's weird. Nothing going on all week.
Do I want to get this? Sure, let's get this.
It's gonna be.
It's good safety.
2 days.
Right, and then, so yeah, that's the second sword. If you don't do that wall run that I did, you have to go through a bunch of battles. You have to do this really elaborate block pushing puzzle. And Satvara found this trick. Satvara still finds tricks for modern platformers and such, but he's more of a YouTube guy, and he's a bit mysterious. Like, he had a God of War run that was supposed to be really good, and then when it was deleted off of YouTube, he never re-uploaded it. Despite, like, many people requesting it. He's been a mysterious guy. Alright, so this can go one of 2 ways. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it's not going well at all so far. No, you... Oh, this is bad. Okay, that's better. Nope. That's bad. I think... There we go. Just one more hit. No! Just hit! How is that not hitting? Yeah, you have to crush this wall, but the game's auto-aim is incredibly dumb. Wow, this is terrible. Finally!
Yay.
Wow, I just need to jump over you. Just let me through. Wow. Yeah, one of the good things about my 140-29 is that I got up to that wall without any enemy spawning, and I was just able to crush it right away, and that saves a ton of time. And, like, that's literally just a luck factor. Like, maybe I could have handled that better, but honestly, it looked like I was hitting the wall. It's
marathon.
Yeah, exactly. This game is like... It doesn't matter how good my luck is in one part, because it'll be really bad in another part. I'm just wondering if I have enough life. I should have enough health. I don't think there's anything that requires a lot of health. Later here. So yeah, there's a 10-second shortcut you can do here. If I miss it, I'm not going to try to repeat it because it's not worth trying to repeat. I might have it. Yeah, see, you just hit that ledge. If you jump too early, you won't grab the ledge and you'll just fall to your death. But I got the 10-second shortcut, so that's good. That makes up a tiny bit of time and all the time that I lost at the wall. Whoops.
Ooh. Oh no, you didn't get to it.
If you get 2 at once in a torpedo, that's super lucky.
Regardez, une fissure.
You're stuck now.
Okay, yeah. But the trick that's coming up is called the mess hall skip, and we'll have to see if I even had a chance to do it. I had a chance to do it the last Awesome Games Come Quick, but I screwed it up. If I don't have a chance to do it, I mean, there's not really anything that can be done. It's just, I'll have to go on without it.
Restez sur cet interrupteur.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, if you take that ladder, you'll be forced to stop right before you get to the top, because the game wants Farrah to be ahead of you, and so the game just forces you to stop. Yeah, take that, air. Yeah, take... Oh, wow, that's actually really bad. I think I can still do this, though. The reason why that's bad is I don't want to use that freeze power on the first guy. I want to use it on the last guy I hit. Because that's what makes the mess hall setup a little more consistent. But I got it, so... we'll just have to see if I have a chance to do it. Okay, so to get this trick is dependent on Farah not following you inside here. If she follows you inside here, she'll get hit too much for the trick to be possible to perform. It actually looks like I have a chance. Yeah, I have a chance to do this trick. So hopefully I can redeem myself from last year. Last time.
Quelques heures plus tôt, ces tables accueillaient de nombreux hommes qui dînaient en plaisantant, comme les soldats de mon père le font à Syrah. Heureux car ils savent que les remparts du château les protègent et qu'ils n'ont nul adversaire à combattre. Comment ces hommes auraient-ils pu se douter que l'ennemi était déjà dans les murs?
So yeah, how this works is that Farah, because she's outside of the door, she doesn't start taking damage until you're too far away. And the area where she starts taking damage is actually not until you're outside of this building. Or like right before you're outside of this building. Okay, so hopefully I don't screw it up this time. Alright, so what I screwed up last time is that I didn't roll through that cutscene. And I wasn't far enough ahead to be able to do this trick. Hopefully, because I rolled through this cutscene, I'll have a chance to do it. Oh, actually, her life is really low. Okay, I got that. I don't know if I'll have a chance to do this, though. Well, oh, that's bad. I need to rewind. Oh, that's even worse. You really can't get delayed much here. That's why, like, even a little delay like that, you really can't afford. I think I got it, actually.
I think you got it.
Alright, so what'll happen, if this is correct, I'll skip this entire battle. I got it.
Yes!
Redemption from last time. A little bit sloppier than I wanted, but that does save a minute and a half. It actually saves 2 minutes now, but I lose about 30 seconds in an upcoming battle. And I'll explain why up there. And I bet chat's like, what happened? It's like, why that's significant? But yeah, the thing is, you can just barely make that checkpoint so that when Farah dies, this area loads instead of the start of the battle. And that's why you save so much time. Because not only do you skip a battle, you're just so much farther ahead now. There's not too much going on here, so if you want to go over some donations, that's totally cool. The only thing I want to note is that this next little bit right here, Farah has to follow me down, and if she doesn't follow me down, I'll have to rewind. That's it.
So, James Rodriguez, $50. He's got more money today, and give it straight to you guys. Bring it towards FF6, 100%. I gotta see that. Round Scout, good luck on Forte and the other guy. Rob's here.
Okay, yeah, okay, she won't said that.
He was here.
Okay. So, Forte and that guy. Max Vinson. Hey Mike, best of luck on the sewer rope skip and the palm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Yeah.
I think I have a health
So, Aram Kashat. Sorry about X. Good luck to Mike on Prince of Persia here. Put this towards fighting Solid Arm, an illusion of Gaia. Ooh. So, secret boss.
Yeah, there's no explanations for it.
Shane Hill. Mike, I'm proud of you for breaking away from your addiction to bad games for the benefit of charity. I think you mean PJ. Alright.
No, I've become a bad game guy too.
Okay. Your willpower expendable? Please put this donation towards BBBBB New Dimension. Alright. So those are actually still pretty far away, so 30 is like all these will help to get their incentives.
Yeah.
HC Goose, $10. I'll donate more to just an awesome charity, but then I set a meeting.
What?
That's all you're getting.
Oh, I get it.
Thurman Bernholt, $5. Troll. Here you go, bros. That's it.
Cool.
And Kevin Gerstle. No comment yet, but thank you for the $5.
We need more trolls like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say trolls who give money and just say troll.
That's cool with me.
That's an awesome kind of troll.
Yeah, exactly. Troll nations are the best. Is the best kind of troll.
Except petty troll nations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she was scared.
She was. Sure, you can say that.
Did you not jump up to that window before the platform was there?
Yeah, I miss it. Woo, okay, good.
That was fun.
Yeah. And this is the prince getting on his way to be Frezzy Man. He's ripped his sleeve off. Yeah, he doesn't.
I was gonna say his shirt is not gonna last during this run.
It was ripped.
Yeah. Actually, what's our viewer count at right now?
Viewer count is at 3693.
Okay, cool.
So lost a few from the Final Fantasy ending, but still very strong.
It's still good.
Well, quote unquote ending.
Yeah, quote unquote ending.
Final Fantasy VIII never ends.
You can put on hiatus.
She loves ladders, doesn't she? She's an expert at them.
I think she'd go up them faster if she's an expert.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
So, birds aren't just jerks in Nintendo games, they're jerks in all games, and this game is one of them. Sometimes if you're lucky, the birds here won't aim after you. You can oh, I forgot to roll through this cutscene. But you can generally tell by what direction they're headed towards once they get off their perches.
Why doesn't she shoot them right now?
Because she's fair and she only shoots you. Yeah, that one's gonna try to hit me. And that one might also try to hit me.
It's very poor
The whole place.
Where's the hell?
Everywhere you go.
Yeah, I mean, even back then, property damage.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Destruction.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Yeah, there's actually something funny that happens here. 2 out of the 3 birds die here, but one of them remains, and occasionally be in a troll spot where you can't even dodge it here. Oh no, it's right over there. It's not gonna bother me. There's actually like 3 shortcuts you can do here, and I did none of them. The reason why is that they're all really hard to do. Like, I could have skipped straight to this wall here, but that's basically a segmented only trick.
Isn't that sort of a skip right there too, though?
Yeah, because I didn't go all the way down and just suffered some damage instead. Oh wow, super low health. Oh wow, that was pretty close. No, I don't need the... I think that's actually perfect angle. Yeah. That jump saves about 9 seconds. And it's worth it to just go in first person view even for that jump. So yeah. I'm gonna attempt a cutscene skip here. Hopefully it doesn't troll me too bad. But first...
Oh yeah. Drink up.
Drink up. Yeah, so... Oh, hey, I got first try actually. Okay, I'm going here to make sure the next area loads. If I didn't go here and rewind this, the next area wouldn't load. And anyone who saw my stream one time would know that rewind is very important. Because I did forget it at one point. Oh, wow, I'm actually out of rewinds. I still should be able to do this. It shouldn't be too bad, but... Okay. I just have to be a little careful here. And there we go. The game actually won't grab there on that ledge because you're out of bounds right there. But now I'm good. I have full set of rewinds. And you know what? This shortcut that I'm doing is actually a slower shortcut. I just think it's more impressive, so I decided to do it this way instead of another way that's faster. It's only about 10 seconds slower though, so I'm not really like hemorrhaging time or anything like that. It's also more marathon safe, this method that I just used. Ooh, hey, that missed. Yeah, you can jump on that balance beam, but if I miss, I just bounce out really quick.
Je suis allé aux autres, ceux qui se trouvent de l'autre côté de la ville. J'ai d'ailleurs bien profité de l'eau chaude et des senteurs parfumées. Dommage que je ne vous ai pas été là. Mais arrête de parler tout seul, tu veux?
For about 5 seconds, and that just skipped a cutscene that does this really long camera panning animation showing this whole area. It takes about 15 or so seconds. Wow, if we didn't turn up the brightness here, this would have been so bad.
Yeah, it's a good thing we did.
Yeah, it really is. I'm like, oh, I don't need it in any other place. Oops.
Bats in any game.
Yeah. The ones in this game can be pretty annoying, but they're usually not too bad. I think that made it. Yeah. I'm not hitting that save point because there's actually a lot of save points along here, and this main save point I need to hit is actually in the sewer, so I'm just gonna hit that. I may be losing like. I mean, I don't lose a lot of time if something bad happens here. So, any other donations? It's a bit of a slow area here.
Doing a merge now.
Yeah, it's, the merges are taking forever, so it'll be a bit.
But I will mention that Doom, VVV, and Ratchet & Clank have a lot of incentives that aren't met yet.
Okay.
Coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, the Doom 4th episode, if you want to see Cool Boy, I can do that. You gotta put some money. Do you want to go over the current totals right now, actually?
If I can pull them up, I will.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you should. I should do that.
Okay, okay, so we're still missing about $240 on all trinkets for VVVV. We need $80 for Vertiginous Viridian, $40 for Variation Venture, and about $75 for New Dimension. Those are like user levels that he's gonna play. Still need about $275 for 4th episode of Doom. And $200 for getting Clank in Ratchet & Clank.
And we do have a t-shirt sale going on because the Yeti is having 3 t-shirt sales during this weekend. Unfortunately, the first one is over, but we're currently on the second one, which is a glow-in-the-dark t-shirt by, I think, is it Drew or Derek? Anyways, it's a great t-shirt, and $3 out of $11 goes towards the Organization for Autism Research. Okay, I collected that sand cloud there because I'm going to attempt a rewind trick in the sewer. Hopefully nothing bad happens in this area, which probably means I jinx myself, but whatever.
How long is the second t-shirt sale going on?
Till
I think until not...
some point.
Yeah.
So the different t-shirts on each set?
Oh, hey, I screwed that up.
Yes.
Oh, no.
One, trick 2, trick 3.
Alright, I actually don't want to rewind here because I actually need all my rewinds for the next area, so I can't rewind there if I die. Should see. Oh, hello. Wow, that's amazing. I think I'll just run here. This is not going so hot. Oh, I know I jinxed myself when I said that. But it's all good. Alright, there is one trick that I discovered in this run, and it's really minor. You can cancel your slashes by double tapping forward, and if you do that, the third slash in your combo is really slow, but if you cancel the second slash, you can just cancel it straight in the first slash, so you slash a little faster. It only really helps when breaking walls. But yeah, 5 seconds saved over the entire run. Woo! That's my contribution. Oh yeah, it's the bucket one. But yeah, they're a thing. That's rewind tricks. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, even in a single segment, I would hit the save point because if I fail this rewind trick, it'll checkpoint here instead of farther back.
D'accord. Je reprendrai à partir de ce point.
Okay, but let's just see how this goes. I don't know how many times I'll try it, but let's just see. The trick is just not to think about it too much. I like that. I like that. I really like that. So yeah, rewind tricks, they're a thing. This one works because you're you're in that position when you're actually on ground, and so that property will transfer for when you're in the air. And this is one of two that's reliable enough for a single segment.
Oh,
yeah. What's my time right now?
1 hour and 20 seconds.
That's actually a pretty decent time.
So there was a cutscene skip right there that you chose what to do, right?
No, I mean, you can't skip that cutscene because it's just triggered by you exiting the sewer. But yeah, that saves about 2 minutes if you get it first try. Whoa! Wall jumps, they happen sometimes.
No.
And they don't others.
Yeah, you don't lose much time from that tip, though. That's recently become a thing that I failed that wall jump and I don't know why. But it's not a damaging death, so whatever. I mean, I still saved way more time from getting the rewind trick in the sewer, so it's all good. And I just knew that when I did this game, I'd have at least 1 or 2 moments in the blooper reel, so whatever.
Yeah, Mike was trying to demonstrate the rewind trick, that one rewind trick to me yesterday, and he did it like maybe 10 times and failed each time.
Yeah, and then I'd like do it 5 times in a row, and I failed some more. Like there's like no consistency to the rewind tricks in this game, although that's one of the more consistent ones, which is the saddest part. There's another one I'm going to attempt, but it's not until much later in the game. And yeah, that rewind trick saves a ton of time because you go straight to the sewer exit. Thanks, enemy. That was some good blocking. So yeah, I'm actually going to lose time in this battle compared to a run that doesn't get the mess hall skip, and the reason why is that I need to draw sand from as many enemies as possible during this battle. And the reason why I need to draw sand from as many enemies as possible during this battle is because I skipped the mess hall battle, and I need to draw more sand from the enemies here so I can have haste for the observatory, because having the haste power saves a lot of time in the observatory. And you see those like little half moons on the side there? I need 4 of those to have haste, and I think it's every 8 or so enemies you kill. Oh man, that's awesome luck. Oh wow, that was actually a legitimately awesome luck right there. And so yeah, I need to draw sand from every single enemy here. So yeah, as you can see, I have 2 of the moons that I need out of 4. Yeah, camera. It is good in this game. Yeah, take that. Yeah, so it's nice to just... That was some good defense. Can't deny that. Unfortunately, you can just lose a lot of time from battles, or gain a lot of time from battles, depending on how the luck is. So far, the luck in this battle is not so high, so I've been able to see. Oh. And a beatable Farah. Oh wow, that's actually really good right there. Because it means I don't have to try a wall torpedo. Yeah, so sometimes when you try to do a wall torpedo, you'll just kind of roll against the wall. I'm not 100% sure why that works. It's definitely an angles thing. if that's the worst of the new things that happens, then... Okay, sometimes when enemies spawn, they don't spawn with a hitbox until they start moving. And sometimes enemies will sit there for like 10 seconds before they move. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, take that. That was the best first.
You're close to
yeah, what's coming up can be a pretty trolly area, actually. The Hall of Learning. There's some cool shortcuts here, but at the same time, there's some really bad trolling that can happen.
D'accord. Je reprendrai à partir de ce point.
This is another cutscene that's pretty long. I think I'm actually gonna drink a water right now.
Alright. So, some time?
Yeah, feel free.
Set the challenge for how to take
Okay, Universal, you're coming through. So, $5. Go for the sub 140. Also put this towards TMNT4.
Sorry.
Alright. Good dear. Barry Legends, I think. Barry Legends. Greetings from France. It's a real pleasure to watch this event. Mikwuyama. We hope you are not bored to play Prince of Persia in French for, what, second, third time?
I played it way more in English, so it's all good, Barry.
By the way, your world is still very entertaining and fun to watch, and we are all having a good time here on eLive. Be careful, I think that Wild Morpha is hiding himself.
Well, Breakdown's not here, so he can't donate for him to be shirtless.
Keep up the good work, and keep dancing like Santa's daughters. Barry the Jobs. Next up is Mark Thiessen. If you get Bad Luck Bird, I'll donate $20 more, besides his 10. Put this towards 7, and there's Round Scout. How much to take to 0 beat?
Oh, it's Utaka, and I have no idea what Bad Luck Bird is because there's like 10 Bad Luck Birds in this game.
You may pay.
I think I know which Bad Luck Bird he's talking about, and I can get hit by that Bad Luck Bird.
Count in hand, $25. Doom, 4th episode, please. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Kevin. Liam Flatters, $1.20. Your comment is not here yet.
It's really cool.
Yeah, there's the artwork you can win during this
Alejandro
game.
Alvarez.
I might have to do that one.
Yeah, it's $5.
It's the Princess Yoshi's Demario. Progress by death abuse. Good luck, Mike, for the rest of your Santa time. Put this 5.
This is so good.
Yes, I'm good. You guys torpedoes?
Oh yeah, I'm getting some good torpedoes here. So you want to kill 5 out of the 6 enemies here, because these enemies actually come in waves, and the next wave won't spawn until you kill every single enemy in the wave. How many enemies have I killed this wave? Yeah, okay. So that's the last guy right there. So I just want to knock him down so he doesn't bother me, but I don't want to kill him, or else more enemies will spawn. Alright, continue on. Sorry to interrupt you.
You're on board. $20. Thanks for the awesome show, guys. May possibly play an old favorite of mine on PS1. Pepsi Man. It's a very good game and great humor.
Also great for children.
Lastly, I have Daniel Aldridge. $5. Consume Cool White's flesh. Doom episode 4. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Thank you everyone who's donating.
I didn't control too badly there. That was mostly my fault, getting a bit delayed there. Alright. Any more comments?
No, not yet.
Alright.
Resume.
Well, okay.
Okay. So the reason why this area can be pretty trolly is because the enemies can just teleport into you whenever they want. I've seen enemies teleport on this balance beam right here, which is talent, I will say. Yeah, and I'm actually going to take a death here on purpose to make sure that the enemies stop following me. If you don't take this death, then there's actually a high chance that an enemy can get in your way and really screw you up. So the next checkpoint is right up here at the top of this ladder. And I'm just gonna jump off. Yeah, see? Oh, okay. He was just helping me do my job. And I guess he really wants to finish the job. There's like 3 shortcut paths you can take through here. I'm gonna take the easiest one because it's the marathon safest. There is one that's 10 seconds faster that can also be done in a single segment, but there's actually a high chance of something very bad happening if I take that path, and I don't want to necessarily show that off if I don't have to. Oh, hello. There we go. I'll explain what can happen after I'm done with this area. Okay, hit the checkpoint. So what can happen is that Farah tries to follow you, but the thing is, she's not on the higher level like she's supposed to. She's on a lower level. And that's bad because because she's on the lowest level, she can follow you right into a bed of spikes. And you can sometimes rewind out of it, but you can't always rewind out of it. And that it can cost a lot of time. But fortunately, that didn't happen, so we're good.
I like how the people that designed this place put a random mirror in a closed room.
Well, it's the Hall of Learning. You have to learn about reflections of light.
By placing mirrors in closed rooms?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Qu'est-ce que ce truc est censé vouloir dire? Je pensais que ça vous plairait. Si vous voulez mon reprécile.
This game's camera is actually pretty decent. You can move around the camera freely. Oh, I have to aim it towards that thing. That was interesting. And, but sometimes you can get some really screwy camera angles. Now you're a bit at the mercy of luck here, because Farah can actually get beat up so badly that she dies. Oh wow, she's actually already at half health. That's really bad. It's not good. Hopefully I can get down there in time without having to rewind. If you can't, then you can just rewind out, and then that usually lets you get away. Wow. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, you see, she's not getting hit right now, even though she was hit the last time. That's the power of rewinding. That's what lets you deal with some of the troll luck in this game, because it just happens. I mean, no matter how good your luck is in this game, you're always going to have one bad luck spot where you're just going to have to deal with it. Because a big part of learning this game is just learning how to deal with bad luck. Or bad situations in general. So yeah, the next area is the observatory, and you'll see why I wanted to get haste. Haste is basically the power that kind of makes fighting trivial. The reason why I don't get it earlier in the game is that you have to draw sand from a lot of enemies to get it, and so you'd end up losing time overall if you tried to get it earlier in the game, but it definitely saves a lot of time in this battle. Now, I don't quite have enough, you know, half crescent moons for the haste power, but I'll soon have, I'll have enough during this battle. Yeah, they can just randomly block like that, and there's no more I can do. I might get it now. Alright, so now that I have the haste and just start killing everything here. Unless it doesn't teleport towards me like they are now. This is still kind of luck dependent because it depends on where they teleport to exactly. Let me hit them. There we go. Alright, that wasn't a very good haste to be honest, but still killed some. It's still faster than just doing it normally.
So after you get the crescents, it only takes 2 to fill them?
I think I'm actually going to because I really don't want to be this low on health. There we go. And so what were you saying? Oh yeah, it takes once your yellow orbs are filled, it takes 2 sand draws to fill up a crescent. If there's a sand tank lying around, then you can just get full rewinds and crescents from that sand tank. But there's really not any in this area. So I'm gonna have to kill myself here because if I don't, Pharaoh won't load in the area that I shortcut to. It's because I left her outside in the Hall of Learning. But if you just die here, then she'll just load up where she's supposed to.
Yeah.
And even in a single segment, you would take that save spot, because if you don't take that save spot, then the checkpoint would actually be at the start of the battle that I just finished.
J'en ai trouvé un. Est-ce que je la tiens? Pas encore. Attendez que je sois sur la plateforme.
I might have made it. Oh, second try is good. So yeah, that wall run saves about a minute. It saves a lot of jumping around in the hall, in the observatory. You're gonna see some really weird sound clips like that one because you're supposed to do this from the opposite order. You're supposed to descend from here and not climb up it like this. Oh, hello. Thank you, wall run. Alright, this is not because I'm terrible. This is because the next area won't load unless you take that rewind. Like, that door won't even exist if you don't load the next area properly.
There's so many of those small things that have to deal with these tricks.
Yeah, like the thing... Yeah, there's a lot to running this game. I tried doing this for Awesome Games Up in 2011, but I just did not put enough practice for it. And there's just like a lot, and there's a lot of little optimization things to this game too, like your camera angle, and there's just a lot. I mean, you know how like that one run said there's almost no shortcuts. I think I've done at least 50 throughout this entire run, if not more. Whether they're big or small. That was so good.
Is that health effect they're not worth getting?
Not really. Because there'll be water coming up soon. Like once I get out of this area right here, there'll be a cutscene and then I can just get some water there. There'll be some enemies, but I can still get some water there.
Good.
Ooh, that's kind of bad. Yeah, see. Oh, I got the cutscene skip. I almost never get that.
Oh, good. How did you...
You get that cutscene skip by just... You take that lever out most of the way, but not all of the way. Like, that's literally the second time I've gotten that cutscene skip. Like, it's super hard to get. But you don't lose any time attempting it, so that's why I always attempt it. Oh, hi. Hi. Okay, I guess this is enough health. Because the game is saying that's enough. Alright, palm tree, bull poopy. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good.
Yeah, nice.
It saves about 30 or 40 seconds. We're doing it the normal way. And you look cool when you do it, so that always counts. Cool points. Yeah. But yeah, that's actually a pretty hard trick to line up. In fact, UC Pro said that when he attempts a single segment, which he's not attempting on right now, unfortunately, he's working on a God of War segmented run, which is pretty cool too. So I don't have any problems with that. He said that he wasn't going to go for that trick because it's not consistent enough. I'm Like,
how much time does it cost to fail?
If you, to rewind, depends on how late you are in the jump, but it can cost anywhere from like 8 to 15 seconds.
So if you fail it more than once, then it wouldn't be worth it if you lose time?
No, because you'd still gain some, like, you'd have to fail at something like 3 or 4 times for it to not really gain any time.
Okay. I'm sure he's right, but I wonder why that's not consistent on every single segment.
It's really precise, that's why. Like, there's a lot of times, like, in my stream where I'll fail that trick 2 or 3 times before I get it.
So I'd take care of some stuff. How's the run going?
It's actually going really well. I got the mess hall skip, I got the sewer rewind skip.
Oh, nice.
I've had a couple of blooper moments, but nothing too bad. I mean, it just happens with this game, so whatever.
Yeah. It's pretty much a guarantee.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Now a good time, right?
It'll be a good time about 20 seconds because I'm gonna hit a cutscene.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, so again, $5 donation during this run puts you in the drawing for, or puts you in the raffle for one of these 2 drawings. And how much time would you say is left in the run?
Probably about 20-25 minutes.
So donate in the next 20 or 25 minutes if you want to.
Actually, what's my time right now?
121.
121. That's probably more like 25 to 30 minutes.
And as long as you're donating, check out the donation tracker to see if any of the challenges you're interested in are
the next
donations.
The next run, yeah, we still have B levels to get the 100% trinkets.
Just to update everyone who is new here, this is for the Organization for Autism Research.
This is Summer Games Done Quick 2012. Sorry to interrupt you. And this is Speed Demos Archive, a fine speedrunning website.
Yeah, if you're not watching this on SpeedDemosArchive.com, you should go there because, for one, you probably have a tiny chat window, and you'll get a big one on the main site. You'll be able to see the donation tracker, and just have easy access to everything we're doing right now.
Yeah, there's
an easy place.
On the Speed Demos Archive homepage, there's a link to the donation tracker so you can find what donation objectives or goals are available, and if they still need money.
Yeah. Yes. So right now we're doing very good on donations. Every dollar that you send in is just going to help us even more. Last year we were able to fund an entire research study, and we're expecting, we're really hoping that we can do that again, and maybe even get 2, you know?
Yeah. And let's see how this goes. I'm sure he's going to teleport right into my face. About now.
No.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is like... This is creepy. Okay.
Oh, no, he's just chilling.
Yeah, he disappointed me. Usually he's so much more aggressive. He's even helping me. He's even helping me. I'm probably being a little too safe by doing this, but I just want to be super safe for this next area, so I'm gonna get full health.
Oh, the shirt came off and you missed it.
He's still no Fressy man.
Une salle de torture. C'était la première fois que je voyais de tels appareils de près, à portée de ma main. Où étaient ces hommes qui avaient pour métier de
There's not a ton to this area. The way it's set up, there's really no shortcuts that you can do. Because you're just climbing up a really tall building.
Garde des prisonniers étant tous égaux aux yeux des sables.
Considering how shoddy their architecture is, I'm surprised they can make buildings as tall as they have.
Well, I'm sure there's a collapsible bridge somewhere in there.
So does everyone else who just goes through this place always have to jump off ledge?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're all trained parkour experts.
They're all circus family people.
Now, there was one time I ran through here where I couldn't press any of these buttons, and I don't know why. Because this game. That's a good explanation for a lot of things in this game. Because this game. It is a really good game, though. Just playing through it casually, it's a lot more stable. You probably won't run into too many glitches.
Yeah.
And
pretty much goes for a lot of Ubisoft.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's not really until you start speedrunning this game where see how unstable it is. I'm gonna try this trick 3 times, and if well, maybe 4 times. Let's see. Got it. So, rewind tricks can do a lot of things, and one of them is extending your wall runs. Oh no,
They didn't like that.
Okay, what's really funny is that enemies can attack during cutscenes, and while you're invincible during the cutscene, you're not invincible right after the cutscene, so... And I tried to escape out with wall run, but wow, they really soared me. Wow. Yeah, this run's actually going... No, I shouldn't say anything. This run's going neutral. It's very...
I'm very ambivalent to this run.
Yes, exactly. The results will be ambiguous.
Yeah, we take it or leave it.
But yeah, normally to hit that button, that trick saves a minute over another shortcut method, and saves 2 minutes over just normally the normal method. And it's actually much safer to do it that method, because even though those enemies like knock me down and troll me, you get trolled so much harder when you do it any other method, because they're just the enemies around for longer. Farrah has a higher chance of dying. It's just badass.
They had elevators in Persia?
Yeah.
So why does she die so easily if she can like beat you to every spot in this huge labyrinth?
I don't know. It's just Farrah. But yeah, the way that rewind trick works is they use kind of a frame of reference, like right before you jump off the wall, and that gives you more forgiving time for actually executing that trick. And those are the only 2 tricks I've tried for an actual single segment run. In a segmented run, you do a lot more rewind tricks. You do like something like 10, 15 or so. Oh wow, that's actually a very bad spot for the haste to end. Oh my god, wow.
3 guys surrounding Farrah at the same time.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
I'm worried more about me. Hello. Okay, I can't flip over you. That's fine. Oh wow, she's super loud. This is actually very bad. Yeah, I wasn't trying to flip over him, but okay. I'm actually in a really bad spot here, because every time you draw sand from an enemy... What?! Okay, that's a rewind. I really can't afford
Just stab her?
No, she shot me with an arrow.
Oh.
What brilliant...
I know. She once shot me mid-jump. She has really good aim, except for the enemies.
She shot you from like point blank too. That would have like taken your arm off right there.
Okay.
She's just sitting there chilling the whole time, like nothing happened.
Yeah, she's just like, whatever.
I'm just here to look pretty.
Yeah, you just have to wait for this elevator to go through. You know what's funny? Is that Sinister One always says, I run a game with an auto-scroller. I'm like, well, this game doesn't have an auto-scroller. I'm like, oh wait, the elevator. It's just something about me. I always have to run a game with an auto-scroller.
Well, it's supposed to, it's not like the usual beat-em-up elevators that you see
exactly.
going up the angle.
You just scroll up an angle,
yeah.
Scroll up partway, and stop.
Yeah.
And then you gotta kill the wave. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're actually getting close to the final area of the run.
Why is that unfortunate?
It's unfortunate because there's not many shortcuts in the final area.
Oh.
And because you don't have long to donate, if you want to be in the drawing for
Yes,
any drawings.
that is true.
Is that a good time to show them again?
Yeah, go ahead and show them again. There's not much to do here.
Well, just slow down, whatever.
This run's going too well.
One last time, the drawings that you can be in the running for if you donate $5 in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be about 15 or so.
Remember, you can check the
Are those on the
donation
front?
tracker, and if you want to put in the 5 or 10 to go towards these prizes, you can lock to go towards different incentives like the V levels,
Yeah,
trinkets.
We're still missing about $200 for a 4th episode of Doom. We need another 250 or so for 100% V.
That was interesting.
And still missing some chunks
Yeah,
on
what
the.
are the just to clarify the order of the games coming up?
Actually, there's a super.
Ratchet and Clank, Doom, Typing of the Dead, and V are the next games coming up.
This is a 2-minute cutscene here, so you might actually want to play a commercial because it's really boring.
It's just sand falling for a while.
Is Typing of the Dead an added game, or did it actually get in the schedule?
It's in the schedule.
It was in the schedule. Yeah. Ratchet and Clank is coming up next, and there's.
Did you play the commercial? Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I should wait until the commercial.
Yeah. Actually, just out of curiosity, what's my time?
1:31:13.
Okay.
Yeah, there's really not much left.
Yeah, there's the dream sequence and then the final area.
Wow. When is Typing of the Dead supposed to be on?
Right after Doom, so a couple hours from now, give or take.
Yeah.
That's okay. So 2020, so it'd be
8:20, so like 2.5 hours from now.
So we hope that you are enjoying this beautiful sand because we are.
Yeah, there are a couple of donation incentives for Ratchet and Clank as well. They don't have any.
You're gonna have to donate for that fast because
they don't have anything in
soon.
there yet.
I'll try to make another blooper or two to delay this, but I don't know how much I can do.
We can just watch this twice.
Yeah, that'll work.
Get Clank needs $200, and he'll play some of the cutscenes for $20 per cutscene, but neither of those have any put towards them yet.
I mean, are they just preloading the rest of the game right now?
I think they are. And then you go through a sequence that's basically like an extended cutscene. It's the dream sequence.
It's supposed to be a romantic cutscene.
Yeah, it's actually, if you're playing through it casually, it's actually a really nice cutscene, and it's a lot of character development and building and actual plot, because this game actually has some pretty good writing, but yeah, when you speedrun it, if you like listen to this cutscene 100 times over, you just...
Plus it's in French right now, so you couldn't understand it anyway.
Well, I can understand. Kakalukia. So yeah, so now you're gonna experience one of the longest staircases in video games.
I bet I can find longer.
I'm sure you can find longer. Castellian is the longest
staircase.
staircase.
It's a staircase.
It's
That's
exactly.
the game.
Yes, it's the staircase to games.
You're just going down Ganon's tower right now.
Legacy of Zagaya has a pretty long staircase in it. If anyone's played that. Probably not.
No, Super Mario 64 has the longest staircase. Come
Oh
on.
yeah, infinitely long.
I'm just gonna
Unless you go up backwards.
Unless
Like
you
a
get
cheater.
This is pretty long.
Yeah, okay,
Look at all those
take back the
drapes.
Ganon's staircase.
Maybe we should have played another commercial.
The tower that never ends.
I want to know who designed that and thought, yes, this is what we need in our game.
Well,
it's like,
it's whoever else built all the collapsible
Yes,
stuff.
whatever Bill happens to be on that design team that day. There's always one of them.
There's always.
What if there's a Dale Cody? Then it gets worse.
And you get the Star Trek 2 minecart boss.
Boss is stupid.
Now, one thing about this area, you can actually tell which one's the correct one if you're playing through the first time, because there'll be water drops when you're going through the correct door.
Je ne vous vois pas.
But it's always the same, right?
Yeah, it's always the same.
Qu'est-ce que ça devient vraiment ridicule. Para, prenez-moi dans vos
The Twitch stream will work on an iPad, correct?
It should.
I mean, they have iPhone and
Generally,
even Android apps now, I think, for Twitch.
You need to have the app.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw my sword here, so I can do the invisible sword glitch.
I don't see your pencil and paper.
Invisible sword glitch, the ISG of awesome.
Mike just.
But it doesn't make you invincible, like in.
Yeah. It just means you have a sword that doesn't really exist.
Yeah, which lets you break down a wall. And then the game just hands you the final sword and it's like, here. It's like, oh, okay.
I prefer to think he just punches the wall really hard.
Yeah.
You got a thing.
Okay. Any new donations?
We do. Let's see what you were describing before.
But yeah, let me just explain the invisible sword glitch a bit. So basically, I have an invisible sword right now because I drew my sword right before the cutscene, but you can only swing it when there's enemies around. However, you can get around this by jumping off the wall and swinging it, and then that lets you go in a combo. That lets you uppercut the wall!
He uppercuts in the airways.
I know! Alright, and now you can go on.
Alright. So we got a few here. We have Liam Flathers. $20, having lots of fun here. This will be getting some small donations that will help clean up some prepaid visas. Unfortunately, I lost my job after SGDQ, so I can't donate $100 again. Regards to Livingston, Sherwood Park, Alberta, Liam Sergeant Flathers. So, sorry about the job, Liam, but thanks a lot for donating. And a few more, I see over here, so you've got a few cars lying around apparently.
Oh yeah, now you have a real sword.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just magic.
Yeah, you get the third sword because the game's like, you have to have a sword. Here, have the third sword instead.
Oh, but...
Alright, that's where I died in the last Awesome Games and Quick, and I knew I died there because I forgot to let go of R, which gives you a slight height boost that lets you make that pillar. And, well, I didn't die there. I hit this checkpoint, so I should be good. That's the most damaging place to die because you get transported back to the area where you're supposed to have the invisible sword, but you don't have the invisible sword anymore. So you have to do the puzzle normally, which is about 30 seconds slower. Alright, sorry to interrupt you again. You can go on.
Kevin Mersel's back. $10 for successful Mess Hall skip. Grab some Mike and put this for TMNT4.
Okay.
Turtles are slowly rising up to the top.
Yes. Just mind you that it will only be Raphael that's the turtle I'm by far the most practiced with.
Jonathan Millam, $10. Play video games, raise money for charity. It's brilliant. That's it. Thank you, John. Liam Flathers, round 2.
What the?
There's a 2 of 4. Throwing some more money for this great cause.
What?
Put this
Okay,
sword
let's
with
do
B,
this
100%. Let's regards from Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, what the? Oh, wow, I should have died there.
Again, Liam.
There we go. That was weird.
The sand thingy anymore.
Yeah, that's actually what makes this area really dangerous. It's not necessarily difficult execution. It's just that you can't rewind. Yeah, you can't make mistakes.
See, this area is the real final boss.
Yeah, it really is. Because like if you die here, you lose a lot of time. I had to do a slower version of the shortcut because for some reason the game just didn't want me to progress doing the faster version. But
the reason Prince of Persia game had like a real final boss of the 3.
Yeah,
series,
unfortunately,
it's probably the 3rd one that actually has like real boss.
Yeah,
fights.
I actually really liked that final boss in the Two Thrones. Yeah, that one's actually really fun. Yeah, and I actually really like that game. I'm thinking of doing it for a future marathon. I'm wondering what chat thinks about that.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I think it'd be worth doing.
Yeah, that one's really good.
I might watch it play, but
just
Warrior Within is kind of long.
We'll just conveniently
Warrior Within
forget
is
that
long,
game
and
exists.
it would be okay if it wasn't a sequel to this game. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Emo Prince.
That and the bosses are terribly
They're so
long.
bad.
Don't play it on hard mode.
I did.
I did.
My first playthrough.
I told you not to.
Yeah,
It's
well,
dumb.
hard mode's the only difficulty.
Not for that
Imagine
game.
if you played
Yeah,
so
exactly.
freaking hard your first playthrough.
Oh man,
It was hard.
That's actually what I tried to do my first playthrough, and I game overed on the first stage within about 2 minutes.
I believe it.
that sounds right.
On Subterranean.
Subterranean.
Yeah, the reason you can't rewind here is because you don't have the dagger of time.
Yeah, it's a plot point.
Ferris stole it.
Now, the game by these guys I'd want to see is Assassin's Creed 2 in a marathon.
You know what? I've always wanted to play those games. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I heard it's actually still need to get to.
It is pretty long, but
2 and Brotherhood are really good.
But yeah, what does Chad think about
Let me see.
Two Thrones in the marathon?
Yeah, people seem to like the idea of Two Thrones, and a couple people still seem to like the idea of Warrior Within, but I'm not sure I'm so keen on that.
It's really long, and the shortcuts are even less obvious in this game because of the way the game is set up. Because in this game, even though you have a lot of freedom to explore within an area, it's still pretty linear. In Warrior Within, there's a large hub system.
And you can totally lock yourself out of being able to complete the game if you do it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the platforming is fun. I just feel like it lingers a little too much for.
Yeah, and the game shoves combat down your throat so badly.
Oh yeah, you can't skip any of the cutscenes. And it's just writing is just so bad compared to this game.
Alright, so again, at the final boss's death, I'll do a last merge for this game for the drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so get your donations in quick if you
because I'm actually near the final battle right before the final boss. There's probably about 5 or 6 minutes left of this game, so if you want to donate for one of the drawings, you got to do it real fast.
No one's bid for any of the donation wars for Ratchet and Clank, right?
Didn't
think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, if no one bids, then I'm not getting Clank because he's awful.
So Ratchet and Ratchet. Gotcha.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm just curious. What's my time here?
1:42.
Okay, this battle is actually kind of dangerous because even though you get the Dagger of Time back, it has no sand because of this plot point right here. Yeah.
So then what's the point of getting it back?
You can actually get some sand back if one of the enemies knocks down another enemy.
Oh, okay.
But that requires some ridiculous luck.
Right, and the reason
that's
she used up all the sand.
Yeah, she used up all the sand from the dagger.
Right, and the sword you have destroys the enemies right away. So
Yeah, exactly.
You can't knock the enemies down to draw sand out of them.
Yeah, exactly. And also, having a rewind here isn't that terribly useful because every time you destroy an enemy, the sand timer resets. And you destroy lots of enemies really fast here, so usually you won't even be able to rewind down to death or anything of the sort.
Graphics in this game aren't that good.
What? Why would you...
I mean the facial expressions.
Oh.
That's a lot different.
I was gonna say, back when this.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
2003.
this is 2004, right?
This is 2003.
This is
Yeah,
2003.
it was no
This
Final
game is
Fantasy
10 years
10
old.
Yeah, and also the graphics have aged better than any PlayStation 1 or Nintendo 64 game I can tell
Oh
you.
wait, this is a PlayStation 1 game?
No, this is a PlayStation. No, this is PlayStation 2 game.
PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 era. Wow, I mean, like really bad battle.
That's not so like
2003. Oh well, it's PlayStation 2 era.
It's PlayStation 2 era.
So it came out the same year as this game did.
Wow, that was super
Ratchet and
funny
Clank.
right
Go Commando.
there. I just want to get. Oh, hey, hi.
You don't get to drink from the fountain.
Yeah, so if you see me rolling against the wall a lot, I swear I'm trying to torpedo. You have to kind of be at like the game's kind of picky about the torpedo angles.
Yeah.
And this game's also kind of picky about me being too far away to hit these guys.
The game's kind of picky about
But the thing is, if they're trying to attack me, they can't block, so then I can just swing at them freely. Yeah, see. So like I got some left there. This is a pretty slow fight though. Like it should have been over actually by now. Remember when I said enemies can spawn without a hitbox? Yeah.
It's kind of like shoved your face into his butt nose the other day.
I think he liked it.
Might have.
Okay, battle's over. I guess I'll do the final save just because.
Is that the end of the game?
No, that's not the end of the game. There's a final boss because the designers were like, "Oh crap! Oh crap! We need a final boss." Oh, this guy was your enemy throughout the entire game. Let's use him.
By the way, he's old.
There's a big long cutscene here that Mike is going to skip, of course, that kind of explains everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Basically, the prince stabs the dagger into the hourglass of time, and it rewinds the entire game, and suddenly you're in the princess's chamber explaining why he's about to betray.
Yeah, you're actually back. You're actually back to where you started in the game.
Oh,
or right before you started in the game, like before the battle goes on between your kingdom and Pharaoh's kingdom.
I remember that from the movie. Even though the movie was god awful.
The movie has very, very, very little to do with the game.
Yeah.
The ending is similar. That's about it.
It's I actually saw Jordan Mechner's original script for that, and Frank, not to try to sound too purist, but it was a lot better than what they ended up with.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah,
I forgot there was even a Prince of Persia movie.
Yeah, this strategy is actually new since also Rosen Quick. If you just slash him once after you do the flip over, that generally makes this battle not only safer but also makes it faster because you're slashing him.
Behold, I can hide behind the curtains.
Yeah, he's sending out magical clones right now.
Yeah.
Like seriously, all you have to do is go poke the curtains.
Yeah, but he has a magical field, Jay.
It's a curtain!
A magical curtain field!
We can see it right there.
Okay, that works. Wait, when I do that. Okay.
Is he just trying to work out his biceps?
Basically, there's not really much more of this battle. Like, it's pretty much done. I'll just tell you when hit time. It won't be for another minute or so. Yeah, see, curtain power.
Curtain call.
It really was.
And I had to wait until he's pounded his staff down like that. You can slash it.
This guy has no chance.
What's the final boss's name?
The Vizier.
Yeah, just Vizier.
Yeah, but he's basically Jafar. I mean, look at it.
Yeah. I guess it's curtains.
It's not quite over yet.
Oh.
Very close.
I still have to finish this run. I'll make it. I'll make it. Okay, after this cutscene, I'm going to hit him 4 times, and on the 4th hit, that's when you hit the time.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah.
Time. It's actually my best marathon time. That was a really good one. I redeemed myself from awesome names done quick, so I'm really happy with that run.
Imagine if we had kept the darkness from the start.
Yeah, that's true.